All right, back. I think everything's okay now. It looks fine when I go through everything. That was weird. So maybe the PlayStation needed a reboot for whatever reason. Okay, so we were trying to figure out what we did. So this guy, I believe, was... Yeah, so he was the first overall pick, and I think this guy was the second. Yeah. So we traded for the first and second overall picks. So this past season, and the fourth. So this guy's going to go to junior. We're going to wait on using him because he's not ready yet. So it's more a long-term move as opposed to immediate. And actually, to be honest, I think Giftopoulos is going to go down too. Taves will... I think I was undecided, but leaning towards playing him. I can't remember. So that's what I'll need to figure out. And I think that's where we were at. So easiest, I guess, to figure out is to see what spots we need to fill. So didn't we... Actually, first let's look at... I think I extended... So I tried to extend Threlfall, which is lucky. Oh, I haven't traded Sullivan yet. Because he wants a stupid contract. We need to trade Bouchard. We signed some guy, I think. And then we have to get one more guy. I think that's where we're at. We offered to... Oh, okay, so one of them's Threlfall, the other guy is this Jetty guy. Okay, so that's all we've approached. Okay. So Sullivan, we need to trade. I thought we offered to these guys already. I guess not. Who did we just offer to? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, Moss. And then who else? Giftopoulos, wasn't it? I think. I don't know. In any case, both people were trying to sign. Okay, so Sullivan and the goalie we're not keeping. So where does that leave us? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Or we send Taves to junior. I think we should, actually. Even though he's definitely ready to go, the thing about it is I would rather have him turn out being like an 85, 86 and not use a year of his contract versus use a year of his contract at 84. Because we already have enough guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's not even including guys that we can pick up from free agency. So forwards are done. What was it? First line it would be Misa, Sawatsky, Hobson, I think, something like that. And then Brendamore, Threlfall, Popov, Wakabayashi, Martins, Kajevnikov, Makinen, Moses, Henriksen, something like that. I think those are... So we've got enough guys. We don't need to do anything else with forwards. I'm pretty sure I've gone through all guys that are available. And then it's our defense we need to sort out. So we've got Sagan, David, Saranhamo, Kivaharu, and then we need 2 more D. Okay. And the problem is I don't think there's really anything out there. Johnson's one of our previous guys, 6.4. I don't think he was good enough. So AHL he was good. Came up and didn't do well. Fine there. So there. Good enough. And then what's his contract? 3 years. How much cap space do we have? Lots. We could get him again. I'm pretty sure he wasn't the best fit, but well, having looked at this stuff before, I think he's better than other options. So, Johnston, Anaheim. Oh, this guy's a defenseman? Isn't he one of the point leaders right now in the NHL? Like real NHL? Hmm. In any case, he's not that great here. No. There's so many defensive defensemen out there. And it's something I refuse to pick up. And defensemen wanting stupid contracts. Who's this Mink guy? That's why. See, this is an example where, in my opinion at least, the developers did a poor job, because if you look through all these teams, there's like 3 defensemen and they're not even that good on every team. And so, is that really realistic? No. Gunderson. I thought he was one of the guys we had before. Oh, on that note, I don't think I checked the fit for that guy in Anaheim. I thought I... Okay. I know I was at least here. Yeah, like, look, you're like 86, 82, 70. That doesn't make any sense. So, like, my cutoff point is 80 for defensemen. It seems like even that's pretty difficult to find. Like 90, 87, 79. Like, huge drop off. Koivunen, who are you? Still, you're only 78. Oh, that's good. Was that one of the guys we traded? I feel like it is. Yeah, I'm not crazy. Another guy we had before. I thought. No, he was, I think a guy we held on to and then traded away. I think. I can't remember. Oh, like, yeah, I think it was that he wasn't a fit or something. Pretty sure. Anyways. doesn't fit with us. I wonder how much I'm supposed to trust. How come I didn't get this guy before? He seems like an obvious pickup. All defensive pairings. So he's priority number one. I don't know why I didn't have him to begin with. That's weird. Anyways, let's trade for him. Sullivan is overpriced. They don't want Bouchard. Do we have picks? I think this should work somehow. I could have, I know I've seen this name before. I just don't know why we didn't have him. Maybe it's, yeah, I think what it was is that we were waiting till we found out about our current guys because we had plenty of guys before. Fifth. I guess maybe I didn't get this far last stream. I just can't remember. Because I know I sorted out forwards first. Still no. Let's use this one. That was a fourth, I think, right? Yeah. Sweet. That's great news. It says he fits on all pairings, so sweet. Save that. Alright, let's keep looking. So that gives us 5 defensemen, I believe. So Sagan, 1, 2. He's a right shot. Left, I believe. Right. No, left. Okay. So good, we have a perfect mix so far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many years left on these guys? 4, 6, 3, 4, 4. Perfect. Okay. We were on Islanders. Pretty sure there's nobody else. So this Sweetland guy, well, I guess it does say that it was fully scouted and that he doesn't fit, so let's just trust that it was correct. .8. Too much for a defenseman, in my opinion. Oh yeah, too old. I think he's defensive. Defensive. I think defensive. This guy I don't recognize. Offensive. Top 4. Again, I don't know why I didn't have this guy. 2 years. Right shot. Apparently fits everywhere. Was there something I missed about this other defenseman? Like his balance was bad or something? No? I don't know. It must have been because we had our guys. And like this guy I like a lot more than the guy we've already had from Anaheim. Because we know the other guy wasn't that great. Actually has this guy done anyways. 36. We had him when? I don't remember having him. Really? Oh, wasn't he like a depth guy or something? He played for 3 teams that season, so that's 13 points in 60 games. Then he did really well the other season. He's offensive. Huh. Maybe I don't like him as much as the other guy. I don't know. We'll have to compare. So I'll come back to this guy. Yeah. Like, look, their best defenseman's a 79. See, this guy's really good. I remember him being better, but says he doesn't fit. I feel like I should trust the game, even though I know that the game is a bit weird and misleading, but I'll just believe it. This guy I'm pretty sure we've had before. Fits everywhere. Oh yeah, he didn't do well, I think. Yeah. Alright. Chelios is defensive. Alright, so it's between Johnston, 3 years at 6.4. The other guy I think was 2 years at 3 point something. Johnston's younger, the other guy was 27. Johnston has produced more in the time that he's played, like on a per game basis. He had no points when he was with us. It doesn't say what his fit is. Wasn't the other guy in Edmonton traded? Gunderson, I think. So him we only brought up for 1 game. So I think what it was is that Johnston was a fit, Gunderson wasn't, which is why we kept Gunderson down. And then, so that means theoretically Johnston should be a better fit. So 21 in 77. Offensive defenseman. Uh, $36 and $81. Oops. The other guy's better overall, longer contract, more expensive though, and younger. This guy's older, less expensive, smaller contract. He's got more X Factor stuff too. God, this one's a tough one. Could I just get both? Have one as our 7th defenseman? Then I don't have to choose between the two. They're both inexpensive. How much cap space do we have? Almost 20 million. Well, just over 20 million. Oh, this one's tough. I have the assets to trade for guys. Let's go back and just double check on free agency because I pressed down, you stupid game. Because I can't recall for sure. I don't think anything that we wanted was out there. $8.2 million, 4 years. So we had this guy, and I think the problem was his fit wasn't good. Yeah. And $8 million per defenseman, I just don't think I can justify it. Or at least for him specifically. Defensive. He's not better than anybody else. Nobody wants him though right now. He produced as good as the other guys we were looking at. He wants $7 million. We get him for free. I mean, it's the one benefit. Man, if this guy fit better, we'd go for him. Shing time? Keyword. So we never, we did call him up, but we never kept him up. His production's not that great. He's 23. I think he's still behind the other two guys we were looking at. Yeah, then that's it. So, it looks like... See, if this guy fit better, we'd go for him. Yeah, it looks like we're stuck with those other two guys. Oh, well, that guy that we were just looking at, I think his name was Lieb or whatever, we could do him as the 7th and only trade for one guy. That's an option. He was an offensive, yeah. His poise is better than the other guys too, and he's younger still. Maybe, because it was 14 games, maybe just not enough time with us. Because he did good enough with Anaheim. Do either of them... They don't want Sullivan. What happened to all of our assets? Um, hmm. And neither of the teams want either of the guys we want to get rid of, I don't think. No. Huh. Oh, it says exact at top 6D, so his potential's not that good either. Medium, top 4D. Yeah, I think this guy makes more sense. Bouchard. Do they have a goalie? Like, I know they aren't asking for one. They got 2 goalies. I'm almost okay with that, because then that puts a whole bunch of guys on one team, which means that they can't be on other teams. Well, and Swayman actually is probably going to deteriorate. I like trying to trade players when the other team wants them, but I don't think I have a choice here. Cool. All right, so I think we have our top 12 and top 6 sorted. Well, I've already checked forwards. I don't need to double check, triple check, quadruple check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sullivan. Maybe I can trade Sullivan for a first rounder. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is go for that free agent guy for defenseman as our 7th. And then he could be our insurance policy. Well, if we can get him to term, we can either keep him up until these contracts expire, which I think soonest is what, 3 years? Yeah. And then, oh, and then we've also got Moss coming up. But in any case, we keep him. Like if let's say he signed for like, I don't know, 5 years or something, then we have time to figure out what's going to happen with Johnston, Sarno, Saranhamo, Kiviharu. Like we got lots of time to figure out Sagan even. And then otherwise we can get rid of him at any point if we find something better. I think that's going to be right. We've gone through everybody anyways. The other option would be to get one of those like 79, 78 overall guys as our seventh. Somebody with potential. But the problem is I'd rather wait. So partially, I don't, because they wouldn't play, I don't think they'd develop. So then if they play on another team, then they'll develop and then they'll actually be worthy of us trading for them. Whereas if we trade for them now, they don't develop, then that player never exists as a player that we could use. So better to let other teams use them. And then eventually, well, as an example, this Johnson guy, I think he was 78 overall. And then if we kept him, he probably wouldn't have developed into whatever he is, 81 now. Yeah. So, yeah, so I think it's better to get a free agent guy. And we're probably going to do that anyways. And then okay. I forget if I saved. I'm going to save again. All right. Yeah, we should check for other goalies. I think I already did, but I can't remember. It doesn't hurt to double check. So Bouchard was from us. Preferably somebody with potential too. Scuteri. Who are you? Oh, 1 year left. Yeah, 87 overall, you're going to want to raise for sure. Well, I would assume at least. Fringe starter. Who are you? One year left. Another guy I'd like to go for, but he's probably going to ask for a raise. And ain't nobody got time for that. Rippin'. I think this is the same thing. Yeah, 1 year left. Mackinnon, we just got rid of. Eckford, we got rid of. Look at that salary. 11.44, 77 overall. God. I think this one expires too. Yeah. He would have been nice. I think it's the same story here. See, all of these would be gambles for us to trade for, so it just doesn't make sense. Like, I mean, we could trade for them and then try to sign them, and if they don't sign, then we get rid of them, but we can make do with what we're going to have, plus another free agent goalie. Okay, and then we need to try to get a draft pick. Or do we wait? Maybe we wait until the end of the offseason so then we know which teams are good and bad. I think that makes more sense, actually. Because the defenseman that we're going to have, his value is not going to change. But these team values are going to change. So I think that makes more sense. Although I want to get everything done now, I think that's a more logical decision. All right. Okay, so that is done. Now we need to figure out what free agents we want. Oh! What I just realized, okay, but it's not applicable. So, it would be next season. So what I was thinking is, with these extensions, it's only one actually, but that's going to impact our cap space next season, which impacts our ability to sign somebody this season. I forget what we offered Threlfall. I think it was like 9 million, something like that. Damn, and I can't check either. Well, no matter what, we're not getting into a bidding war with anybody, so we can play out the first few days of the free agency and wait until we see how much he signs for, and then we know how much space we have for the following season. I think that makes sense. Okay, so then now we go back to the list of things to do. All right. So trading block is done. I should have adjusted budgets. Scout salaries max, coach salaries maxed. Scouts, I think we already offered. Whoops, wrong thing. Yeah, there wasn't anybody to hire. And then coaches, we already offered some, I'm pretty sure. Yep, so that's done. Scouts, coaches, players extended. Might as well check in the system. Guys that I had last season that worked. No. Maybe. $43. No thanks. Not enough sample size. 69. Did I already check this guy? Yeah. 54, no. 37. Don't know. Don't know. 36 and 65. These guys that want one-way contracts, like you have, do those guys have the same last name? They haven't even proved themselves. Or like, I mean, or they're just not good enough. This guy's pretty good. But we haven't used him yet. No. No. Everybody else. How did you do? Man, pretty good. It's too bad these guys have never developed into NHLers. Pretty good stats, I think. Or, I mean, at least consistently reasonable. Yeah, let's extend him. Oh, I guess I missed this guy. Good winning percentage, but horrible save percentage. Or, I mean, not very high at least. He is 78 versus 75. Okay. I don't usually look to extend the AHL guys, but I think that's actually smart. I should have been doing that as it is. Because, like, for example, you saw those guys that were a point per game in the AHL. If they'll extend on two-way contracts, like, why wouldn't I? Why wait until the end of the season when they potentially want one-way contracts after a good season? It just doesn't make sense. All right, extend players. We already went for all the prospects, I think. I just can't remember for sure. I'm pretty sure. Doesn't take too long to go through anyways, so. Klubertans. Grinder. If I remember correctly from... Yeah, I did go through it because this guy was a consideration. Huh. Because we can use a year... We can develop him in the AHL for 1 year, and we own him without using a year of his contract. I'm going to write that down. Sid to Detroit. Like, I know I saw that name before, and I know I considered it. But, see, and I'd almost rather him than a draft pick right now. Especially with our situation with defensemen. Because, I mean, we have people. We have enough right now. It's just, I think, well, I mean, the problem is the game's not developing, well, producing, creating enough good players right now in the draft for defensemen. Or, I should say, enough good players that are two-way or offensive, which is all we target. And then if it's not producing, then it's like, well, it's rare, and then that makes them that much more important to own. So owning that guy, I think, would be wise. So as much as I thought I went through this already, which I did, it's good that I did again, because That's a reminder. All right, so then we'll. Oh, I should have went the other direction, but that's okay. All right, so we will go for Sidhu. And we're going to trade. Where is he here? Sullivan. It's too bad they don't want him, but I wonder if they would have taken the goalie. Probably not. Okay, so Sullivan for Sidhu. It's funny because I think we've traded a bunch of our good players to this team. So we're making them good. But we'll be always better in the long run. Okay, so him in a second. Third. Fourth. Pretty sure this won't go, but since we're giving the more valuable player, I've learnt my lesson. See? How'd I know? And I actually was pretty darn close. Okay, cool. So we got our Sidhu. He's going to be in the AHL for one season because, I don't think I'm pretty sure he doesn't turn 19 before the season, in which case we would have to use him in the NHL. But anyways, I'm pretty sure he'll be 18, so that means we have 1 year of AHL before it starts to use up his entry-level contract. And then that means we have actually two guys in the pipeline. Moss we're probably going to make him overripe, so probably so it would have to be at least 2 years, I think, still in junior. And then 1 year for Sidhu. Sidhu comes up, and then we could trade Johnson if he's not playing well. Maybe Saranhamo. I think he was okay, though. Mediocre. Okay. But yeah, I think that's better for us in the long run. Okay. Cool. Let's go save that. Then next we want free agents with high potential and low overall. On two-way contracts. I forgot about that. And there are none. Yeah, I thought we had this guy before. And nobody else I think is worth it. Who's this? Whoa, 82 points in 68 games as a defenseman. I know that's in U.S. junior hockey, but I'm surprised I missed him. I could have sworn I looked at this before. He's an absolute no-brainer, and he could develop into something yet. 76, top 4D potential, 22 years old. So you never know. And nobody's picked him up yet, which is surprising. Oh, and I forgot to check goalies, but I'm pretty sure I checked that before too. Because this never happens when there's high potential. I stand corrected. Alright, wait. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're trying to sign a fifth. And then this would be our sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So then, yes, he might have trade value. Okay. Oh, this is going to put us over our contracts. I just realized. Then... Oh, but that includes guys on our team already. The problem, though, is that I think the game doesn't actually interpret that. It sees them as players outside of our organization. So that one. And then those two. Yeah, just to be sure that everything's okay, I'll trade away. We'll get rid of that one goalie. This guy who wasn't good enough. Then I'm pretty sure I already traded away all the guys that weren't good. Why do I even have this guy? I don't know. And if you don't know, yeah. 3 and 10. How good was he elsewhere? 44 and 50. I don't think I should get rid of him yet. Yeah, I can get rid of him. Well, I already have two guys actually, so then that leaves me, gives me the space I need. So, somebody actually wants him? No way. What can we get? Third rounder? No. Fourth rounder. Maybe a third rounder. Let's try again. So maybe a fourth rounder. Don't we have? No. Fifth rounder. Really? Sixth rounder? Seventh rounder. No way. So all we're going to get is the upgrade on a pick. So we'll do sixth for try third, but it probably won't go. The fourth should. Yeah. Okay. That works for me. Cool. So those are two-way prospects. And then we have, oh, I already picked up Sidhu. I can erase them off my list. And that is it for now. So then next up is Avery Johnson was 7 points in 5 games in the playoffs? No way. No way. As a defenseman? He was. With Anaheim. Huh. So maybe he's actually, and like if you look at his playoff stats, those are actually quite good for a defenseman. So maybe that means he's actually going to be better. So if a player, this is actually, it tends to be true in real life too. If a player performs better in the playoffs than they do in the regular season on a point per game basis, or if they perform at the same level, and that level's like, so like if you're at half a point per game in the regular season and then you're half a point per game in the playoffs, it indicates that you're a stronger player because typically people disappear in the playoffs. I would say, at the very least, from my anecdotal sort of observations. And then in the game, it seems like that's true too. Again, I would have to actually calculate things and all that and track things and whatever, but it seems to be correct. So now I actually feel more optimistic about him than I wasn't pessimistic. It's just like to get an 81 overall guy, it's like, I don't know what he's going to do. But anyways, I feel like I should save a duplicate too. All right, so now we can go forward. Give me a sec. 7:43. Okay, good. We can go forward 3 days. Well, good for you. Go somewhere else then. You too. Goalie coach, we needed that. It's 1, 2. So we're missing our assistant AHL coach. And nobody has offers right now. So what do we even have? Okay, so we have 2. So that means we won't be able to get a defensive coach for our AHL team, I guess. Defenseman, so he's not going to go for it, I don't think. We can try, I guess. 773 is the max. Whoops, wrong one. Let's try. You never know. I think it was assistant coach. Yeah. Yeah, he said no already. But let's try again. He's still available. So if we can't get either of those guys, which seems unlikely, we're going to have to go with probably a generalist. That's fine anyways. And we'll try again next year. Good. 1, 2, 3. That's that prospect goalie free agent guy. Cool. Cool. Sweet. So that's the free agent goalie we wanted to get. I think we offered him long term. His overall wasn't that good, but he's got all the makeup of a guy that could be good enough for us. So when I sim the next day, I think I'll have answer from the one Threlfall guy. Okay, well, don't take the job then. Good for you. Sweet. Okay, so now we can actually sign people, but we've probably missed out on a couple. That's fine. We weren't going to bid on them anyways. So the people we would be going for would still be available. But before we do that, let's just look at some of the stuff we just picked up. So, goalie, are you worth anything? Barely. Well, it says he would go back to junior anyways, so So yeah, this is the Vegetti guy. I mean, his stats aren't very good, but his characteristics, whoops. Like good poise, good everything, really. We signed him, yeah, 7 years, good. So, and I mean, he's just shy of what we want. We want 80 overall, minimum for 3 goalies. 79 is pretty close, and he's 23, so he should, or at least could, potentially develop up 1 overall. Worst case, we just won't play him as much. So it's not crazy risk. We can rotate 2 goalies and have him as our kind of insurance policy. And did we... Oh yeah, there was that defenseman that we picked up from free agency. Where is he here? Hey, he's worth something. I was not expecting that. But man, those stats, like look at that. US junior hockey. I think they call it junior hockey. 82 points in 68 games as a defenseman in that league is very, very good. So he could turn into something. We got him for free. Sweet. Last thing I want to double check. What did we extend Threlfall at? 9.6. So essentially the same cap space we have now, we have next season. Or as far as this says. So we have, it looks like at least 15 million we can spend on our 13th forward, as crazy as that sounds, and our 7th defenseman. I think that's right, because I think we stopped at 6 for D. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So then that's done now. Ooh, I almost forgot about coaches. So we want a generalist. Good teaching, who will sign with us. Oh, he's the guy we had last season, I think. I think it was 773. Okay. I could go for this guy too. Associate coach. Actually, let's try. If he'll accept. I have a feeling this guy's going to accept. The problem is whoever accepts first is who we're going to be stuck with. But I prefer the goalie guy because then we can use, like, we could fire our goalie coach, one of the goalie coaches, and then move him. Or we could move him up, or anyways, keep him where he is and wait till somebody expires. But yeah, who's this guy? Yeah, we did try already. There's another guy. Sure. No, no. Yeah, I think that's all we'll try for now. Okay, and then save. And then we'll go get some free agents. I'm still waiting for the time. So, I was going to say, I'm waiting for the time where my team is filled out with players under larger contracts. And the reason I pause is because I could already be there if I was paying defensemen $11 million like they're asking for. But that's not going to happen. I don't care how good you are. I mean, unless you're over a point per game like a Makar or something like that, there's no chance. But yeah, it's just surprising that I still can't fill out a roster with good players under reasonable contracts. Now, what's out there? So we got 15 million split between two players. We can put it all on one if we want. Chushkin. It's funny because I mean, oftentimes as soon as our better players, like look at the top four guys are all guys we used to have. And they're all asking for stupid contracts that we would never ever pay. Line, too old now. Tim Joseph. Why was he playing in the AHL? That makes no sense. What? I don't know. $8 million. If we did an $8 million forward and like a $7 million defenseman. And also this time around, I think I want to choose somebody that's going to have decent trade value. Mind you, I don't know what their trade value is going to be ahead of time, of course, but at least to keep that in mind. But I also want somebody with performance so they can actually come in and play. I think this guy was good defensively, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, very good defensively. got a lot of good skills too. I just don't want to get into a bidding war. Let's pause. I'll write his name down and then we'll come back. Alright. Lutz, what's your story? No. Barish, no. Lavoy? Or is it Lavoie? I don't know. Puistola? So not good before, but now pretty decent. What's your story? So you're all offensive. But he produces less than that Joseph guy. Boucher. Defoe. Nope. Boudreaux. Not bad, actually. For the cap hit. Oh, but he's probably RFA. Nedved. I don't think he fits. Oh, maybe. It's kind of a mix of everything. That shot blocking's a bit below what I would like. But his production's pretty good. Huh. His cap hit's slightly better, but nobody's offered yet, so we can always have him as a backup plan. Let's do that. Nedved in my note. Funk. Perfetti only wants 3.6. Oh, no wonder. He sucks in the game right now. Did I miss any defensemen? That I want, at least. Yeah, there's like no defensemen out there. There's something, clearly there's something wrong with the way the programmers, developers, I don't know what you'd call them, how they've done things, because there should be way more defensemen, but there's none. I think this guy would be good, actually. We've had him way back when. Well, maybe I emphasized too much. Only a few years. But didn't we have him before that too? No. Edvinson. So far he's the best defenseman out there. this? Heikkinen? Yeah, mediocre. Nicholas Nugent Hopkins. Unimpressive. Leave. Oh yeah, this was the guy. Ew, leave. So he's priority number 1. The thing is, so I want to wait to see if his contract expectations are, or should I just offer now? No, let's wait. But we might not be able to afford him if we wait. But if we bid now, we might just not get him. Well, if we have to go to our backup plan for forwards, we'll have enough money. So we can wait. And then the other thing, to be honest with, we can kind of fill things out as we need to anyways. We've got our core roster, so we don't really have to worry too much. Vortichuk. Not good enough. Oh, maybe one thing I should be checking is, what if there's better defensive option than what I currently have? Like, who is this? 90 face-offs, good defensive skills, forward line 4. Minus 11. Would he be better than what we have? I don't think so. 6013. Let's just write them down and I'll come back. 6013. Leon Hoff. The face-offs is what makes me actually think he might work. Not quite. Those are good stats. It's decent enough defensively. Whoa, penalty minutes way too high. Never mind. Stats are good. Defensive skills are way good. But he wants a lot of money. No to you. I'll write you down anyways. Eight, 2 5s. Oh, actually, the face-offs isn't even anything. So 8, dash 50. So in case you haven't followed the way I've done this before, I think I've explained it once, but I say the last number of the ratings in the section that's most important. So in this case, defense. So 8 is for 88 dash because 62 is not relevant. 5, 85, and 0, 90. So just easier than having to remember 90, 85. Less numbers to remember, easier to keep track. Quincy. Those are okay. Stats, not good enough. Ooh, this is good. He's not asking for much either. O-6 2. DEMARCHI. Should actually also put their overall, and I'll be able to find them easier. And Beaufait was 81. And I think Liana was 82 or something. I won't go look. Kluber Tans? Nope. Farmer. It's just average at everything. Whoa, you're asking for way too much money. But that's why, because you're a defenseman and you're rare. Should I write him down? No. Maybe. Shing time 80 overall. Oh, I should say now, I'll run the stream 15 minutes later than planned because I basically killed 15 minutes fixing things. So I might actually go more than that, but oh, look at this guy's accuracy. 96, 96. So I wonder why his goals are so high. I mean, we don't really have, I was going to say we don't have use for him, but as a 13th forward, he could actually slot up in other lines. Right shot, right wing is pretty uncommon. I don't dislike that actually. Gortz, 80 overall. So he'll be like a backup plan. It's unlikely we're going to need him, but you never know. Nah, not good enough. Nope. Is that offensive? Oh, but you're old. And last guy... No. Okay, so we've got our list of free agents. And I might as well figure out what Liano's overall was on the way back up. I think it was 82. Maybe not, maybe lower. It is lower. It's only 81. I thought it was more. Okay. So now we're going to offer. I guess what I could have done is exited the page and then come back in. But so Joseph was. Actually, he's got less goals than the other guy that we were thinking of. But he's averaged higher, and he was hurt. Well, I'm assuming... No, he played in the NHL, which makes no sense. God, do we even bother with him? What if... I was going to say, what if we went with... two goalies? Oh, but we can't because we don't have a strong second goalie. And I was going to say carry an extra guy. We can't do that. On that note, actually, we should sort out our goalie too. Man, like look at this, 83 overall and they want like 5 million. No chance. 2.5. Yikes. So I think we're gonna have to go with an 80 overall goalie. That's brutal. Oh, you're asking for too much. That's wild. Rodrigue. Who are you? Is anybody any good? Like, there's like nothing. Yikes. Do we just go with two goalies? Like, do I want to spend 2 million on a... but it sucks because, like, what if we get into the playoffs and one of our, or both our goalies even, could potentially get hurt? Because, like, none of these guys are really all that good. Oh, I could trade for a guy. Doesn't have to be from free agency. Okay, so let's do that first, actually. Let's go find a goalie with super low trade value, good stats, low cap hit. And I know that's a lot of criteria. Or, yeah, a lot of criteria. I think that's right. But anyways, yeah, like Swayman at 1.8. Except he sucks. Gotta be someone out there. Coacher, who are you? Eh. There's gotta be someone out there. Or we could go for one of these guys that have expiring contracts. Like, look at look at that rebound control and recover. But all of his reflexes suck. That's weird. The game makes some really weird stuff sometimes. Anyways, what I was going to say is one of those guys on expiring contracts, we could always, they have low trade value, we could always pick up one of them. And then whatever happens at the end of the season, who cares? Because, like this guy, but his trade value is just a smidge too high. Because I don't know if a draft pick's going to work. What's his story anyways? He is in range. And drawn off Minnesota. Five-hole and breakaway suck. I don't like the mix. And his trade value is too high. Mackinnon we had. Pickford we had. Pittsburgh has no goalies. I could have maybe been looking at the, again, another one of those 79 overall kind of things like we just signed. Got two of those. It's funny how they name goalies the exact same. Maybe a different first name, but his trade value is too high. Same with him. So we've only really got the one option, but I'm just going to have a quick look at any 79s like that are young, can still develop. Did I look at this guy? Oh yeah, he was that weird. Like, look, so it's funny. All of like the real complicated skills he's really good at, like angles, recover, rebound control, vision. It's a weird mix. He's 26 though. I think that's just outside of our age range we're considering for this. Gaining, no. Ripon, weird. Oh, who's that other guy? CV. 26 is too old. '25's too old. For what I'm looking for, at least. I mean, this guy would be nice, but poise is no good. too old. Okay, so we've got one guy, and he meets all the criteria. It's 26, 83 overall. I mean, poise is low, stats kind of okay, unimpressive, but nothing bad. And he's got an expiring contract, so that's not ideal. We will know right away if we can extend him. So like Vegetti actually was an example of a guy that we would try to get in free agency or trade for, and he's the only guy that was there, and we did get him. So he's an example of what we were looking for. So now we've got this guy. I hope it's not expensive to trade for. 4th round pick. I doubt it. Let's do 2 4ths for him and a 3rd and see if that works. Then otherwise a 4th for him. Ha! No way. Okay, well, that's pretty inexpensive and very lucky. So now we have our 3rd goalie, and he's way better than I was expecting to have. Now, it would be great if we could extend him, but I very strongly doubt that's going to happen. Or at a good cap hit, and that's exactly what I was expecting. So, and he's going to be UFA. Well, to burn a 4th round pick for a rental goalie, I'm okay with that. I mean, we could trade him before the deadline. But I don't want to gamble with that. Well, I guess the one thing, so if the other guy that we have, that 79 overall guy, develops into an 80 by the trade deadline, we actually could trade this Andronov guy. But if he doesn't, which I very strongly doubt he will, then we'll probably just let him expire. Okay. Okay. So based on the time it is right now, I think I made up the time I burned with the intro and having to restart my PlayStation. But I'm going to do another 15 or so. Okay. So goalie's done. So now we have 3 goalies as per the plan. Now we can do free agents. So, I mean, Joseph is supposed to be our priority, but I don't know if he is. Because, like, this production, so if you go to his full seasons, 39, 63 points. And then if we go back, I should put this in order. If we go back down to the Gortz guy at 80 overall, where are you? He had 33, 50 points. but he's not good defensively, whereas I think Joseph is. Yeah, so he could be multi-purpose on the penalty kill. Happy-go-lucky takes ups and downs very well. So he actually might help our team win too. Do we spend almost triple the price to get not much better? And then that limits what we can get for a defenseman. But we can still afford them, I think. Where were you guys? Leap. 6 plus 8 is just under the 15. Nobody's offering him yet. Pretty sure nobody's offering for the other guys we are considering. What were their names? DeMarchi, no. Gortz, no. Beaufait, no. Oh. Leonov, no. I have a feeling we're not going to get Joseph if we give the offer that we want to, but I mean, it doesn't hurt us to try, because if he says no, we still have guys that are just as good, or I mean, not quite, but Oh, and I was going to compare to our current defensive players for those other guys. Okay, so where are they? We have... Oh, went past them. Okay, so Mackinnon, 6, 7, 9. There is no competing with that. Six, 7, 9. Yeah, there's definitely no competing with that. Now, his productivity is pretty mediocre. But, anyway, Moses. Production's okay. 6060. 6060. So I think Leonov's better. Six. Oh, Beaufait is about the same. DeMarchi's better. think. Yeah, but his production's not that bad. 30 versus, where was he? 28-ish. Where's the other guy? Did I miss him? Makinen. Moses. Where's the other guy? Henriksen. There he is. More upside, but he didn't produce. 5-8-1. Yeah, maybe I should write these guys down. So Henriksen, 85, 88. Wait, 85, 79, 88, 91. And his salary, 3.3. Moses, 86, 80, 86, 90, 3.025, and Makinen. 86, 86, 72, 97, 99. .4. So the reason why I'm being more specific in comparing these stats this season versus previous seasons is our penalty kill has not been that great. These guys are supposed to be, well, we got them specifically for that reason, and if they're not doing good enough, then why do we have them? Where does it start? Leonov. 86, 90, 81, 83. That 81, 83 is not good enough. Face-offs are pretty good though. Yeah, I don't think quite good enough. I mean, so currently we don't have a guy that's good at face-offs. They're all mediocre. So it'd be an improvement in that regard, but I don't think it's enough. So we're going to erase him. Who's next? Beaufait. His production's pretty good. 88 is better than all of them. 85 is worse than all of them, and 90 is worse than all of them. But that 88, I don't think is enough to... Oh, what's his cap hit? That's too much. He would have to be better to want that much money. So he's off the list. Marchie. Again, productivity is fine. 90's better. 86 is ballpark average. 92 is slightly better than average. Puck skills are good. Shooting is not. Balance, all that stuff is garbage. So again, no. But we tried. Okay, so no replacements for defensive players. Now, do we go for Joseph or don't go for Joseph? Whoops, wrong one. I feel like his trade value is going to be better. Oh yeah, and his defensive skills. Can I just erase those guys? Let's undo that. 88's better. 86 is basically average. 90 is basically average. It's funny because he compares to our fourth line guys, but he's asking for 8.8 million. What would we be willing to pay? Let's look at the defenseman again. 6 million. So 15 minus, let's just say 7 million leaves us 8 million. And we need 5 million wiggle, or well, like 3 million wiggle room. I don't think we can afford them. So no, we'll have to pass on Joseph. And then, because I think leave is more of a priority here. And then Nedved, let's see, where do you sit here? Nedved's 84, 7.9. So we'll see what happens with him, I guess. But we won't do anything yet. So, coach is offered, I thought. Yeah. So let's go forward 3 days. Good for you. You were in that role last season. Is that everybody we offered? Now that's everybody we offered, I'm pretty sure. So still no coach. think there were a couple other garbage guys that we could have picked up, like this guy here. One year. And he's got an ugly face. I know one of these guys are going to go for it. Huh? Why is he asking for so little? Oh, he's below. So I always want teaching of A- or better. I know one of these two guys are going to sign, so that's good enough. Okay. Did we go forward 3? I think so. Let's review our targets. So Nedved's been offered. Is he worth it? He's been a point per game before. Fits on Forest. Apparently penalty kill. I don't think he's good enough for that though. Let's pause on that. What's going on? Leads okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to try to outbid for him. What am I willing to offer? So if he's at 7, that's 8 million. 8 million minus 3 is 5. I can't do it. So let's remove Nedved. It looks like Gortz is our guy. Our only guy, too. Where is Gortz? There you are. Oh, I should have been checking for this. I completely forgot. Guys that are 80 overall that go for 2 ways. My bad. I think that's it. 1, 2. Cool. I bet you the other guy's gonna. Yeah, I was going to accept, but 2, 3. Leave is still there. Quartz is still there. 2-way, nobody. So I might as well go until these guys get signed. 2, 3. Still available. Still available. And no 80s. 1, 2, 3. Good. Ooh, you're being offered now. Okay. So now is our time. 3.175 times 1.2, 3.8. 2 years. Staying corrected. We need to adjust that. So 3.6 times 1.2. 4.32. 4.325. All right, 3.6 times 1.2 is 4.325. Cool. And we want two-way, there's an 80. Oh, he won't do 2 years. 1 year it is. One, two. Cool. 3. So let's save. Alright, so we got Gortz. Leave. Oh, you're being offered now. So, oh, I should pull it up before I do anything. Oh, I was talking about signing him longer term anyways. His production's not crazy. Maybe not. 2 years? 5.5 times 1.2, 6.6. 5.5 times 1.2, 6.6. What? Yeah, we do. This game is stupid. says that we have enough. Maybe it's because it pretends that cap space is like nothing. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, in this case, we're going to cheat slightly. I've done this before. So because the game doesn't actually tell me what I'm able to sign him for, well, I'm going to have to keep attempting until I can actually sign him. Actually, let's just make sure that we're at the same save point, because we should have Gortz. Gortzy, where are you? There you are. Okay. See, and the thing is, I have no idea what we can actually afford to sign him for. Because, like, I don't know if it changes it based on projected cap. Like, it doesn't tell me any of this information. So how am I supposed to know? And the fact that it doesn't let you reattempt. It's really stupid. What did I try so far? It was 6.3. Let's try 6. Oh, whoops, I clicked on the wrong one. So stupid. Do I have anything I can trade away to clear space? Oh yeah, and I have that Shing Time guy. I think I can... also go for. But still. Wait, actually, yeah, let's look first. Is there anything? Like, where is all this money? Like, so stupid. It says we have basically 12 million, and I can't sign a $6 million guy. Stupid. There's nothing I can trade. Maybe if I waited on that Andronov guy. But, I mean, how am I supposed to know this? Let's keep trying. I have a feeling he's not going to accept. We tried 8-5. Let's try 6-5. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So now it looks like we won't be able to sign the guy. Because it's getting way too close to what he's asking for. Unless he takes a discount to go on a good team. I mean, it's possible. Seems unlikely. Oh, God. Like, if we can't even do 5 million, there's no way he's going to sign. And then as a result, there's no way we can sign anybody. Like, look at this. Everybody's asking for 5 million. There's got, like, this can't be accurate. I'm pretty sure if I did the math of our contracts, You know what? Just because this is so stupid, I'm going to actually do the math of the contracts. And I want to see if this game is in fact very stupid. All right. 10.475 plus 10.030 plus 9.6 plus 9.150 plus 8.275 plus 7.075 plus 6.775 plus 6.455 plus 5.75 plus 5.5 plus 3.4 plus 3.325 plus 3.3 plus 3.025 plus 2.4 plus, none of those are one way, 4.325 plus 1.45 plus 1.825 plus 0.4. There's no other extensions, right? No, those are all the same. Equals. It equals 100 and... it equals 103.535. Now, I don't know how many that is. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 of how many players? 19 of, is it 22? So add on 3 million brings it to 6. So then, okay, if they say that we have, is it 22 contracts or is it 21? So 7 defensemen plus 13 forwards is 20 plus, it's 23. So then 103, and I think I said 19. So, okay, so yeah. So I guess technically we would have what? 2 million in cap space, I think, according to those calculations. But okay, but if that's the case, why is this column where it says total salary 120? So that, I mean, that includes everybody of everything. then why is it saying that we have 11.9 million in cap space? So that's this season, I guess. And only this season? Stupid. Okay, well, if that's the case, then we will sign him to a 1-year contract. And that's our only way to do this. So 5.125 times 1.2 is 615. It'd be funny if the game says we can't do this. 5125 times 1.2 is 615. Well, fine then. Ah, man, this thing's stupid. Two, three, oops. How many contract spaces do we have still? We only have one. So I was going to trade to clear up that, well, to clear up a spot in case there's another 80 overall guy, but I won't. Because if I don't have to trade anybody, I'd rather keep the team as is. So we'll only trade if another 80 guy becomes available. Oh, shoot. I forgot about that. Okay, well. That's why you save. Okay, so that brings us back to before we sign that guy. But it won't let us upgrade. How am I supposed to... How am I supposed to upgrade? Oh, is it because money's not available? That could be it. If that's it, that's going to be kind of funny. That is it. Ha! That's funny. See, this is the thing about taking, well, it would have been over a week off. Couldn't remember that I was supposed to do that. Let's just make sure I'm where I was supposed to be. There we go, okay. So we'll save there. Then we'll go back and redo that contract. It was 1 year at 615. Five, 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 5. Okay. Yeah, and the other thing, just about how that's technically cheating. It's like I've said before, in real life, there's no way that I would forget to do that, because I'd have a whole bunch of staff reminding me about my responsibilities. So I don't feel bad about cheating slightly. So I'll get myself up to the next season, and then we'll call it a stream, because then that way I can just start the next season. Next stream. Is there even any 80 overall guys left? There are, okay. Just in case, I'll go through the motions. I don't think anybody's actually going to go for the two ways, but you never know we'll still check. Because they would have usually done it by now. What's wrong? Oops. Wait, were all the 80s gone? Sweet, they're all gone, so I can just sim right up to the next season. And that's actually pretty convenient because we, excuse me, we have all of our 50 contracts. I didn't have to trade anybody, everything's all set. Hey, that's the closest we've gotten to sellouts, I think. And then so advertising budget was at max. So basically, I guess that's the way to get as close as possible. So now after all the testing I've done, so it's 1% general marketing, 99% season tickets, and then max out advertising budget. And then you should get basically sellouts for season tickets, which means that you maximize your revenue. Or at least the most important part of your revenue. Cool. So now that should be end. Off season, I'll ignore that. Ignore that. Save. I'll save a duplicate, and then I just want to, out of interest, or for interest's sake, I want to see if anybody's developed more from our roster. '92, '92, '90. So everybody. Oh, Wakabayashi went up by at the very least one, but it looks like two overall. Okay, and then the... Oh. Well, I'll notice when I do this, but I didn't check about goalies. Forwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $11, $12. Oh! Before I do that, I'll do another thing. because I haven't checked what these guys, the guys we traded for, what their line fits are. Not ideal, but reasonable, workable. The exact same, basically, but I think slightly better. Yeah, so like a better version. So Giftopoulos could work great. Taves, I mean, he'll be fine. I don't remember. So him, it's the same story. So everybody kind of fits. Good fit. Sarno. Awesome for Sarno. That's very good news. And then that's it for those guys. And roster moves. Oh, I might as well check about our developing guys. So Giftopoulos and Taves go to junior. Let's see how these other guys fit. Oh, and Johnston too. I didn't double check about him. Oh, but he's a defenseman. That's why it's not going to show good. Moss. Sidhu. And Johnston. Yeah, so his fit was very good. Is that even better than Johnson? I think so. Moss, not very good, but no different than Sagan. So, well, I don't think any difference. Slightly worse, but we can make it work because he's rare. And he's fine. Okay. So that's more good news, and then now I just wanted to make sure about us being under the cap. So we want Henriksen, Gortz, and Jetty. Three goalies. So yeah, we should have $5 million in cap space, and that makes sense. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Good so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also good. And 3. So Andronov actually went up 1 overall, and then Vegetti stayed the same. So I wish it was the reverse, but whatever. Okay. All right, so that's everything I wanted to know, at least at this moment. Oh, do I really need to save again? Yeah, might as well. Cool. So we'll start a fresh season next stream. Yeah, and that's it. So if you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. The channel homepage has upcoming streams on regular NHL content. 2 on Friday. You can see the stream times on the channel homepage. Oh, just note for the second stream, I had to change the timing because of a scheduling conflict. I hope I won't have to move it on the day of, but it could happen too. I will do the stream no matter what. It's just I don't know if I might have to move it another half hour or something. But anyways, for things I can't schedule ahead of time, like franchise mode, that schedules in the About section of the channel. It runs Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Yes. Be a pros whenever I have time or feel like it. Any comments, leave them in the comments, suggestions, likewise. And we will see you guys. Today's Tuesday, so it will be Friday. Unless I have the chance to play Be a Pro, which I actually might tomorrow. Maybe. Tomorrow morning or afternoon. Maybe. But don't hold me to it. I mean, we've seen I've had to cancel a few streams, so if I can't, I'm sorry, but I might have enough time tomorrow. We'll see. Cool. So, anyways, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys, if not, in the next couple days, Friday. Okay, bye.